Right across from beautiful Promontory Point on the lakefront in Hyde Park is this gorgeous, substantial co-op building, built in 1916 with a facade that is so ornate, you can tell these weren't just some apartments, they were apartments of substance. The detailing on the facade is so rich and sumptuous because the architects were Rapp and Rapp, who also did some of the most decorative movie theater facades in the city. And you'll see when we go inside this fourth floor condo that cinematic scale extends to the home we're going to take a look at. You can see that scale the minute you come into the foyer. This is the foyer of this apartment, as big as some people's living rooms. And it's very grand, not only in size, but in detail. Another thing that's big in this building, in this apartment, is the crown moldings. In every room, we'll see very large, very substantial crown moldings. Also, big windows with a sweeping view of the lake. From the foyer here, you can come this way into the living room and library. Very grandly scaled rooms, all that sort of detail I was talking about. One of the things you get from the size of these rooms is they're suited to the art collection that's in this apartment. This is the estate of Janina Marks, an artist herself and an art collector, and her pieces are all over these walls. So you've got the living room, the library, both very beautiful, and then you come into this dining room. I love it because it feels like it's right out of 1950s Hollywood, with the silver walls and the mirrors. The biggest crown moldings we've seen in the apartment, this great chandelier. It's a very elegant room from the 1950s. The Markses moved in here in the 1950s and have only vacated it in the last few years. So you get the sort of drama here, and then you come into a great room in the bay. That corner bay on the building is what was called an orangerie or a sunroom. More beautiful crown moldings, different from those in all the other rooms. And this sweep of windows. So in this suite of living rooms, dining, foyer, living room, library, and the orangerie, you've got some terrific spaces. Let's pop into the kitchen and talk about that part of the apartment. So if those formal living spaces are ample, wait till you take a look at the size of the kitchen. What astonishes me here is this would have been a kitchen built for servants to use. So normally those are tiny little shoeboxes, but they've got all this space, obviously updated after the servants era, and you're very likely to update it when you move in. But what you've got here is not only all this space, but a mudroom, a laundry room, and even if you wanted to, a bedroom beyond that you can take to create a whole new space that might involve living, family, media, whatever you wanted to, into a more informal sort of a living arrangement, given all this square footage. This is not the only place where the spaces are big. Across the hall, there's an enormous, beautiful old butler's pantry with great cabinetry. That might double, say, as a breakfast room or something like that. And then as we go down the hall, which is lined with her tapestries, there are old cabinets for linens. The servants would have filled those drawers and spaces with linens. Those might be reused. Perhaps you open one of those up into one of the bedrooms for more closet space. But the nice thing is the four main bedrooms all have very large closets. The master bedroom has a great big walk-in closet. But again, you could take one of those linen closets, combine them all together. So you've gotten to the back of the apartment there. There are two main bedrooms, 4 family bedrooms, and 2 what would have been servants' bedrooms. But the 2 biggest bedrooms at the back of the hall, back of the apartment, both look west out over not only Hyde Park, but the beautiful garden yard space that this building has where kids could play, because it really is a family home, though it's an apartment. And the master has really nice trim, beautifully done, again, in that sort of 1950s elegance that is coming back. So from the master, you're looking west out over Hyde Park. Here, back in the orangerie, you're looking out over your front yard, all of the parkland that spans Lake Michigan here in Hyde Park.